Our beloved 8% Hard AF Seltzer is now live in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Texas, Ohio, Montana, Idaho, Oregon, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Illinois. Go to hardafseltzer.com today, click on the store locator, and enter your city or zip to find the closest location nearest you.
We are gold for energy. Send it. Incoming. Put the money in the bag, man.
As I said, your paycheck is your thank you.
What's going on back there? This is awesome! Welcome to Earth! No. Who's flying the plane? Get cockpit. Go. God.
Black Rifle Energy, dropping near you.
Welcome to Drinkin, Bro. Yeah, welcome to the Monday Morning Recap, brought to you by MyBookie.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros doubles that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Get off the couch and get into the action today with MyBookie.com. I had a lot of action on today's this weekend's games, maybe too much there. Everybody's asking how much I won or lost off of that. So live lines did well.
Wait, you can't
broke even.
You can't win.
Broke even.
You can't win more than seeing Portnoy's face like that.
No, that was the greatest thing of all time. But
And he took
financially,
the rest of the weekend off, I guess.
Yeah. He also said that his exact Twitter quote was, "I'm not doing next week's Big Ten championship game. Best of luck to all teams involved." This was, he tagged Fox. So
Yeah.
Is that true?
Who knows? He's a reality show.
Yeah.
Not really sure, but first things first, before we get into all that, because it broke even. Put 5,000 on Ohio State, minus 9.5. That one. The only bitch was I took the fucking teaser and I dropped it down to 36. It was supposed to snow at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, not during the fucking game. So
Yeah.
It sucks. I lost by 1 point, but I broke even. I am going for broke this weekend on that Indiana game. There will be one fucking bet, dude, and it's going to be massive. That spread opened up at 5.5 too.
Ooh.
Fine by me. Let's fucking go, dude. That team's small. Anyways, let's start with Lane Kiffin here. Called this long time ago. Had some inside info on this shit. We deal with these fucking schools for an NIL basis. The deal was exactly what I told you a month ago, I think, on this show. There was no check that was going to be bigger than LSU's. And Florida bowed out, I think Friday maybe.
Yeah.
Everybody else started to
News kinda
bow out.
broke,
You just weren't beating LSU's money on this one. And with incentives, it'll push it over $100 million, which is great. They have all the fucking talent down there in the world. I don't think you can win a championship genuinely at Ole Miss. And I think Lane Kiffin wants to be the guy. I really do. He wants to be in that conversation.
I don't know if that's true or not, just because I just watched, I know they lost, but I just watched Washington in a championship game, 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
And the coach left.
And the coach left, but
After
I mean, you
two
can
seasons.
you can
After
get
one
there,
season.
but it's the type of thing with Washington. And Washington, by the way, has a national title in the 90s. It's the type of thing where you can get there, but it's just way, way, way more unlikely. So I agree with you that the odds of winning a national championship skyrocketed for him. By the way, one of those incentives that LSU gave him, I read about this morning. I don't know if you know this. He's getting a bonus for every playoff game that Ole Miss wins this year.
Yeah.
From LSU.
Yes.
They agreed to pay
Correct.
the bonuses that obviously Ole Miss is going to
Because signing day is happening in the middle of this bullshit and the portal and everything else. So LSU wants to keep the talent they have, and they got a lot of talent down there. Lane's got a shot fucking next year if the Cards roll his way during recruiting season.
Yeah.
Like, we'll see what happens. But also, that's why Ole Miss said, hey, you got to get the fuck out of here because we don't want you taking
100%
everybody
the right
with you. And let's say Lane Kiffin was the head coach of Ole Miss. Let's say they end up winning the national championship this year, which I don't think they could. But let's say he did. Imagine the fucking talent that would flock to him down to LSU after that. So I think Ole Miss was in the right to say, get the fuck out of here. It sucks for that school. It sucks for that program. You and I have been there. It's a blast to party at. And
poor Ole Miss.
It's a dream college situation for a young white man, especially with an 8-to-1 ratio of girls to guys and all the things that they provide there. It's just really fucking difficult to get there. It's Mississippi, which is, you got
to fly into a different state to get there. But poor Ole Miss. Like I've said this before on the show, I'm pretty sure, but they're just the Chicago Cubs of the SEC. You know what I mean? Like the Chicago Cubs is such like a classic baseball team.
I root for them.
And they have all the base. If you want a pure baseball experience, you go to a Cubs game. The Cubs have everything. And if you want the purest SEC experience, you go to an Ole Miss game. And they'll give you everything except winning.
Yeah. LSU.
Fuck that,
LSU, though, you and I have been to LSU.
LSU's the best
tailgating experience.
It's top. It's top 5. It's hard to parse out because Penn State's great. Notre Dame's tailgate is better than going to the fucking game.
Tailgate is fun in Notre Dame. I had a fun time at
Ohio State's great. There's a couple for the big schools. Those 3.
I miss LSU. Though,
LSU is
in my bones.
As far
as the SEC goes, I think LSU's got to be the best.
Fuck yeah.
I've been to the parade grounds and I've been to the Grove, and I lean Grove for best tailgate.
I haven't been to
experience.
A tailgate there. I haven't been there.
LSU
would be hard to beat though because obviously placement matters and fucking how early you get all that stuff, but
the players walking down the street though into the fucking
where our guy Tony Tamborelli has his set up and has for years is right up on the top of a hill there with a bathroom right behind it. And the players, the band, the players, the parade, to the game come right through there.
Yeah, they do.
And then the stadium is right there.
They do.
The Walk of Champions right through the Grove.
But then the stadium, like the entryway to go to the game, is 300 feet away. You know what I mean?
Somebody was grilling a gator, like on a spit.
Yeah, no, I've been to both, and the only reason I lean Grove is just, I don't know, it's a little more, I like the parade grounds is like completely unshaded. You know what I mean? Like it's wide open, and I just liked the sort of like you're in like a little cathedral of tailgating in the Grove, just under the trees.
It's nice.
And shit like that.
No, look, it's beautiful.
I'm going purely on aesthetic. I had a 10 out of 10 experience at both schools.
So did I. I just, if you look at it overall, my God, man.
Yeah. And obviously,
and Bama. Bama's great too.
LSU's stadium is better.
Yeah.
So I did like Vaught.
It's
bigger, better.
It's bigger.
Yeah.
So.
Auburn's is fun because the fraternities are close, so you can walk from your fraternity house right there, which is great. We did that thing with ATO there, but unfortunately, Ole Miss fans, there was no dollar amounts because of this NIL bullshit and the portal, and when this stupid fucking rule, like signing day used to be in February, by the way. I don't know what this bullshit is either.
I can't even keep up with it.
You've got to go in with a Nick Saban. I think it was Ryan Rhodes who said this on Drinkin Bros Sports. You got to go in with a Nick Saban and rewire this entire thing just for rules. The money and all that other stuff can stay the same, but like these dates have to switch so that way if there is a Lane Kiffin, because I know Saban talked about this the other day, if there is a Lane Kiffin who wants to make a jump and somebody's going to double his fucking salary, let him coach out the rest of the year, but he physically can't because of the dates and things that are happening and everybody going to move and not move and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
And like, I don't think it's fair to that team. I don't think it's fair to the school, the university,
he fucked that team.
He
fucked his own team.
But he also didn't have a choice because
he had a choice.
Who's LSU going to get? If they didn't get Kiffin, because everybody else is. I told you this too the other day. Mizzou backing up the truck for drink the day before Thanksgiving, or that night, or whenever that fucking meeting took place. And they don't call us, so I don't have any insight on MSU or Mizzou. Sorry. Was the smartest move I think a college has made during this entire process, because now who's left? Like today, they just fired Stoops from Kentucky.
Yep.
Great. Who's
And
left?
Michigan State fired Jonathan Smith.
Well, now that one I can tell you because we've been talking to Michigan State.
They're getting Pat Fitzgerald.
They're going to back into Pat Fitzgerald,
Yeah,
who I
which I
love, by the way.
That's a great hire, I think.
I would have loved him.
Theoretically.
I would have loved him at Penn State, for Christ's sakes. I
Yeah.
think he's that good of a coach.
Yeah,
I
and
don't know what Penn State's doing right now.
Brian Kelly.
I know.
Still Brian Kelly.
I know what they're doing. They're shedding recruits.
Yeah.
All their 4 and 5 star recruits are going to fucking Virginia Tech
Well, now that's
because they want to play football and not run and play defense.
right. So now that's it appears as if this LSU situation is resolved for Brian Kelly. I think he'll take still take the Penn State job. I think that's a lock. The wild one to me, and they started doing interviews, by the way, to speed up the process. I can tell you this: they interviewed Hartline, by the way, Brian Hartline, the OC of Ohio State. He's too young. I would give him 2 or 3 more years. He's definitely going to be a head coach somewhere in 2 or 3 years. But this is the first time he's ever been an OC, for Christ's sakes. With this type of NFL talent, I don't know how difficult that job is. So
ask Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, guys.
Chip Kelly was missing 3 offensive linemen for half the season too.
No. But he still won a natty
Still
with
won a
Ohio
natty,
State,
yeah.
and then he goes to the NFL,
Where
and he's
everything's
out
even.
week 11.
Yeah.
He's gone.
That's
So
what I'm
that's
saying.
how tough it is, guys.
That's what I'm saying. It's like even with 3 offensive line. Well, I guess 2 because the one got hurt the week prior, right?
Yep.
To round 2.
It was
of
the game we were at. It was Oregon.
Yeah.
It's Josh Simmons. He's the starting guy for the Chiefs right now, right tackle. But yeah, they lost 3 out of 5, and then the other guy had to move over, and then they lost the backup center and all that other bullshit. Still won a national title. That's how easy it is. So I don't know if those are the guys for you.
Yeah.
Like I hope Patricia stays another year.
Yeah.
I hope Hartline stays another year. I think it's easier in college, and then Hartline will definitely be a head coach somewhere else.
Yeah, I wouldn't hire Patricia after 1 year in college.
Me neither. And you just saw what happened to Chip Kelly. Sorry,
Right.
I wouldn't do that again.
Yeah.
Like, give them time. As far as the rest of the shit that I'm hearing, yeah, Fitzgerald's going to Michigan State.
Yeah.
That is done.
Big hire out west
Who?
that just broke. UCLA grabbed the JMU coach Chesney,
Oh, shit. That is a big hire, actually.
which I
did not know about.
cannot believe that
We don't talk to them.
Kentucky and Arkansas and all these schools just let that guy walk through.
5 years. Well, what was the money here?
I don't know. Probably fairly reasonable.
Yeah. That's a great. Hey, shows they don't want to go to FBS anymore.
No, they're playing to win. And also,
That's
JMU,
a great hire. It's a great hire.
Yeah, I think it's the best hire they could have hoped for, and it's a genuinely good hire.
But now who's left? Who's left for Florida?
No, they hired John Summerall.
Yeah, okay.
from
Oh, they
Tulane.
did.
Yeah.
Is that exciting to you? I didn't know that went through. To me, I wouldn't be amped if I was a fan.
Stoops is available.
What do you think of him?
I think he just got fired.
No, but do you think he's a good coach, or is he just a Kentucky?
I think his greatest season at Kentucky involved 10 wins, including a bowl win.
But that's the only time I've ever heard about Kentucky football in
Right.
my entire life, and I'm from Georgia.
Yeah, so he got them about as far as they could go. He's also kind of old. No, you don't hire Stoops. You don't hire Mark Stoops.
He's 58.
Summerall to Florida.
maybe
Gross,
one
Did
of
they
the-
do that after the Lane thing?
Yeah.
I don't think Stoops goes anywhere in the SEC. Like you could see him. I could see him coaching at Ole Miss after Lane Kiffin because they're not going to get anybody better than that, right? Let's be real about that. But he's not going to do a lateral in the SEC. That's not happening.
I mean, that would be an
that would be not a lateral. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. I think he took Kentucky as far as they're going to go, but still, he's 58.
Can't be mad at it.
No, and he's owed. I mean, if I'm 58 and they owe me $40 million, I'm not working anywhere.
No, you live at Margaritaville.
Yeah.
I'm going down to fucking Cabo.
Yeah. Just do that. And by the
Jimbo
way,
Fisher style.
Yeah.
it ended badly, but Stoops will get a statue at Kentucky.
Should.
I think he's the winningest coach in
That's the
program
only
history.
time
Well,
I-
I guess either him or Bear Bryant, because Bear Bryant did coach
That's
there.
the only time I've heard about Kentucky football in my life.
He was also.
When he was there.
he was. Technically, he was 82 and 80 while he was there. 10 wins got vacated because of that 10-win season.
Meh.
Yeah.
Blah blah
Meh.
blah.
But yeah, I don't hate the Summerall hire for Florida. I think it's
I do.
fine. I think it's steady. Tulane was good.
That is a lateral move, though. I mean, that is not sexy enough for Florida's fan base. What did Jake say? What did your partner say?
He tried to be optimistic about it. he was glass half full. They had just beaten the shit out of Florida State, so he ended the year on a high note, and he was like, you know what? I'll give him a chance. We'll see. It is what it is. The people who were really upset this weekend were Arkansas fans. They are rioting over their hire.
Who do they end up picking up?
Memphis head coach Ryan Silverfield.
I mean, we'll see.
Not,
Memphis has done well, I think.
He's never won the American Conference despite being the favorite multiple years. 27-21 at Memphis overall in conference play.
Have you been there though? So I've been to that university. God, it's weird, and I'll tell you this: I would not feel safe. My kids went to that school.
I get that, but Memphis is actually a pretty wealthy G5 school. They get a lot of FedEx money pumping into that university's program.
I think FedEx does the basketball building, right?
Well, they play where the Grizzlies play. But I mean, they because their basketball program is extremely legit most years, and I mean, they hired Penny Hardaway to coach the team. Like they're a school that spends money on dudes. And I think they just have like a good athletic department that kind of stays steady. But yeah, Arkansas fans are fucking.
Well, they need to calm down because 2 days after signing his deal, he signed the #1 recruit in Arkansas. Relax.
Yeah,
it's one of the best defensive ends in the country.
They actually just stole a 4-star running back from Missouri.
Franklin just brought in top 10 quarterback here, recruits live on McAfee.
Yeah, he's right a 4-star. He's what is he? The
pocket passer,
the best pocket passer in the country.
Yep.
Yeah, allegedly. We'll see.
I mean,
4-star means nothing.
That's
to
the
me.
highest, but that's the highest Virginia Tech has had in.
Since Michael
years,
Vick, probably?
Jesus Christ, yeah. So,
but I mean, the stars too. Like, you just need a guy who can develop. Like, what was Will Howard a 5-star? I mean, most of the great quarterbacks you see play in college or like on this level are not 5 stars. Mendoza's not a 5-star. Pavia
it's very rare you get a
Rattler
Julian Sand.
Yeah, Spencer Rattler was a 5-star.
Exactly.
Yeah, the stars wear off real fucking fast.
Arch Manning was a 5-star.
Right.
So. Yeah, it's rare you get a Julian Sand.
I trust stars less with quarterbacks than I do with like a wide receiver. Because a wide receiver, it's like, oh, that guy's a freak, or like a D end.
A wide receiver is, I guess, a transferable thing, right? Am I saying that right? It's their skill set is obvious, no matter who the competition is.
Yeah.
Correct.
Right? Like the guy can either catch the ball or he can't. He can either cut quickly or he can't. He has a good route running, and he's either fast or he's not. I can fucking look at him. Okay, he caught the ball on the 20, and I click my thing. Now he's at the 40, I'm looking. He's at the 60, I'm looking. I can tell.
Yeah.
And
he's
a quarterback
6'4", or he's not.
With a quarterback, yeah. With a quarterback, you can judge release point, release time, all that stuff, accuracy, obviously. But the one thing you can't judge, this is what got even NFL scouts, in my opinion, in trouble with Shedeur Sanders, is that he can't fucking stay in the pocket. Like, he doesn't have the sense. He's never been pressured before in real life. And once he got pressured, it all fell apart. You know what I mean?
And you can outrun all of those kids in high school. You
and
can
in college.
outrun all of them in college. You cannot in the NFL.
You can outrun a lot of them in college. You can outrun 0 of them, unless you're fucking Michael Vick or Lamar Jackson.
But even both of them didn't win a national championship in college.
No.
Like, you can't do it on your own.
Jackson was he won a Heisman, but not
He won the Heisman, but they didn't make the fucking playoffs.
He was still BCS.
That ACC Championship game, Vic versus Clemson. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. Man, that's one of the best games. That's one of the best games played by a quarterback I've ever seen in my life. Because I don't think he was particularly skilled as a quarterback. He just had a fucking hose, man. God, he was on his back. He was on his back foot. Opposite or back foot throwing arm, fucking leaned back and threw a 20-yard fucking dagger like I've never seen before.
Yeah,
like almost sidearm.
Helps when like Michael Vick seems like the type of guy too, where he doesn't even have one spy; he's got like 2 to 3 spies on.
You got to.
Yeah,
right? No, but that was it was a throw to the sideline, and it was a fucking missile, just off his back throwing arm.
What the fuck? He could throw it. I think it was 80 in the air.
Yeah,
I mean, it's nuts.
He's a freak.
He was a freak. All right, so we'll get to the college football and then the NFL, including tonight's game and all that other stuff. But to answer your question, so looking at it overall, man, I think it was up like $200. Like even after all that shit. This week I'm going to go very, very hard. I'm not going to do a teaser with this. This is going to be a straight up bet for me. And we'll talk about it. Indiana, Purdue. Who wins the Heisman?
I guess we'll find out.
Is it really down to this one game, or do you like Pavia now that he won?
I don't like Pavia. No, Pavia will get to New York. Pavia is not going to win. The dark horse, I guess, is Love. Maybe if both of these dudes have shitty games because the defense.
How did he
shows
do
up.
Saturday night? I fell asleep.
I couldn't even bring myself to watch a Stanford. I was too busy watching Cal SMU because that was a funny game to me because SMU blew their shot at the playoff, and now Duke is playing.
Well, we'll
in the
get
ACC
to that. Your dream
Championship.
happens. Your dream happens. I can't believe it.
But let's see here on this fucking.
I think it's Mendoza. I don't think there's any question.
It's going to come down to this game.
I think Sands going to get.
Oh, you weren't here. So they pushed the Heisman back.
Yeah, Love only had 66 yards.
Holy shit.
He only carried 14 times.
So they pushed the Heisman back. You don't have to vote until after this weekend. So you can vote on Monday. I think Saturday night, winner takes all. Are they both 1 and 2?
Yes, in the odds they are. I don't know who's on the top right now, but they are 1 and 2 in the odds and have been for the last couple weeks.
I don't think Pavia necessarily, but he's had a good year.
He's had a great year.
27 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, which is comparable to the other guys.
Probably another 10 rushing touchdowns.
Right, yeah.
Is he into the playoffs?
They should be.
Yeah, they should be.
We can talk about this.
And he
too.
should go to New York.
Multiple teams are about to get fucked.
Yes. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And
I think Mendoza, San, Pavia, and that what's his name? Love.
Yeah.
Mendoza.
I don't know about 5.
Plus 106. Sands at plus 143. You don't get any closer than that in Vegas.
Yeah, I think those 4, Mendoza, Pavia, Love, and San, are locks. They don't always take a 5th, right? Sometimes they do.
Yeah, they don't always take a 5th.
They're not a 5th. Really,
I don't know who it would be.
It would have been Marcel Reed.
I'd say, well,
I don't think.
I don't either.
He had
He
two
looked
bad
terrible.
games. He's had
God,
two
he
bad
looked
games
terrible.
in his last 3 weeks, so I would say probably not Marcel Reed there.
Let's see what my bookie's saying for these open bets, because I did what you guys said. So I cashed in that one. Julian saying, "Fuck you." Are you kidding me? What's this one?
But yeah, I do think it more or less comes down to this game. Since
They're offering me $2,500.
Okay.
To cash out today.
what's the win?
So I put 500. The win is 8,500.
Okay. Let it ride. You already made your money back.
That's what
We
I
said
said.
let this one ride.
That's what
you
I
made
said.
your money back. Let this one ride.
Yeah, dude.
I would say if they both have mediocre games or both have like game manager games, Mendoza might still lean the favorite if it's a close game.
Yep.
And,
Yeah, one of them's got to separate from the other.
yeah.
I mean, honestly, Ahmad Hardy would have had a shot if the team wasn't mid.
Yeah.
I know.
He's got 15 plus 100 yards and like 18 touchdowns or something.
Him and Love are the best 2 running backs in the nation.
He is a finalist for Doak Walker, but I assume
Love's
going to
win that, yeah.
Yeah.
But he'll be a second round draft pick probably and make a lot of fucking money.
Not
Oh,
this
no,
year.
he's coming back.
He's
yeah,
a sophomore,
shit.
true sophomore.
Ooh, boy.
But we'll go through this here. So and they re-sign Drink, which means he probably stays.
Oh yeah, he'll stay.
So that's
He's
great.
not going anywhere.
Again, that's why that was the smartest. They blinked first and said, "All right, fuck this shit."
You don't want to start over.
I agree.
And I've been screaming this at people who
agree,
because
dude.
most Mizzou fans ended up being happy, but there were some that were annoyed at it and like, who doesn't deserve $10.7 million?
That's just that grass is greener bullshit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the ROI,
He's a good fucking coach.
Yeah, and the ROI on having a relevant football program, we were ranked most of the year, we were ranked all of last year, and we were ranked pretty much all of 2023. Like, the ROI for your athletic department and your university on having a relevant football program is at $10 million is nothing. It's nothing. It's not about what pride do you have. I don't want to pay them that much. You're not paying anything.
Even concessions. So talking to Illinois this morning because we have them for the year and a half, and we were talking about basketball. But the return on just that team being ranked all year, they picked up another fucking 18 goddamn sponsors there, and it was just like. It just brings money into the stadium, money into the program.
So the concessions and the tickets and that stuff, basically the athletic department revenue, that just makes the salary back by being relevant. And then, but the real ROI on those contracts is application increasement, local economy, booming because more people are visiting and stuff
Yeah, we
like
talked
that.
to Damphouse about that with Texas State. That's real. It's what he's trying to do. Obviously, people just love football. They want a good football team, but also it's the best recruiting tool you will ever get.
It's free marketing.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like, essentially, it's marketing where you make your money back yourself with the marketing.
Yeah.
And then also you get all that other stuff. And by the way, when you boom the local economy, you make more rich people in the area, then more people invest in your fucking program. Like, it is the most simple economic proposition possible.
Yes.
Also, fucking Missouri fans, you got to calm down, man. You lost to Alabama playoffs. Mm-hmm. You lost to Vanderbilt, maybe playoffs.
Should be playoffs.
Should be playoffs.
You lost to A&M playoffs.
Yep.
Matter of fact, they get a bye. And you lost to Oklahoma playoffs.
Yeah. The only teams we lost
Calm
were
the
playoff
fuck
teams.
down, dude. Damn.
4 out of 12 playoff teams.
You caught a bad hand this year. That's it. Next year, you bring in fucking most of these motherfuckers back, and you might get a good look next year. If you get a soft one of those, if you play 2 of those teams instead of 4 next year, you're in the fucking playoff.
We're looking like another 4 playoff teams next year. Would have been 5, but thankfully Lane left Ole Miss, so
Yeah.
that helps
Well,
a lot.
I'm just saying,
that program's
you
gonna go
keep
to the toilet.
this is life in the SEC. If you're not, even if you are Alabama, actually, they caught a fucking runner this year. They had a tough schedule this year. And it's moving forward, where they have these set schedules, it's going to get worse.
And they shit the bed last year.
Which, by the way, yeah, exactly. Which means it's going to apply to all the teams, unless you're in Ohio State in a given year. In the SEC now, any given year, you might catch one of those fucked up schedules. That's just the way it is now, especially starting next year. No, you let that guy do what he's been doing, because one of these years you're going to catch a fucking game, one with only 2 of those guys, or you're going to have a special recruit that comes in that changes everything, and you're going to fucking win a natty. I'm telling you. That dude's a good coach.
Yeah, I'm very happy to keep him. And also, it's not worth resetting.
No.
Yeah, fuck that. I mean, it takes 3-4 years.
Yeah.
Oh, God. And longer now.
And if you think it-
because of the portal.
And for any school that thinks, it can't happen to me, it's happened to Florida.
Yep.
And Florida State.
And Florida State,
And
Miami.
pretty much in the same year.
Yeah.
I mean, it can happen to anyone.
But yeah, as far as this Indiana thing, we'll start there. Mendoza 8 for 15, 115 yards passing, not great. Certainly opened the door for Sayin. Sayin came in, blew the fucking doors off of out of Michigan, and that snow kicked in. Like, that kid's from California.
Yeah.
Great game, 1926, 233, 3 touchdowns. Put him right in the mix.
Bo Jackson, though.
Amazing.
Man, that dude, if he had been the starter from week 1,
I
he
know.
might be in the Heisman talk, too.
Yeah.
He's
He
fucking
is
good.
a true freshman, and it
Yeah.
was. Hey, by the way, going back to stars not mattering, 3-star.
Where's Julian
Guy was a
Sand going to
3-star.
go?
Running
next
back
year?
is another one where I don't trust the stars as much. It's really like defense and wide receiver where I'm
Yeah.
like, and offensive line.
He's
Those
gonna-
guys, yeah.
Bo Jackson's going to cross. All he needs is 50 yards, and he'll cross 1,000 yards.
Yeah,
And
he'll
he
get.
didn't start till
he'll probably
week
end
4 or
up.
5.
They're going to play at least 3 more games, but probably 4 more, right?
Yeah.
So he's going to cross 1,200, something like that for the year.
Easily.
In 2 less games than everybody else played. And against,
I don't think he started till week 4.
maybe it was 4, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were running.
It was like the 4th or 5th string. I mean, it was nuts.
Yeah, so he's a true sophomore next year. What's saying? Redshirt?
Redshirt freshman.
Redshirt. So he'll be a redshirt
So
junior
that'd be
next year.
Sands last year, probably.
Next year, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I've never seen a more accurate quarterback in my life. So yeah, he's got one more.
But you've got everybody coming back. Except for
Everybody.
Cornell Tate, but you got a guy coming in.
Well, I got the number 1 recruit in the nation,
Yeah.
and
Plug
that's
and play on the wide receiver side.
It's Chris Henry Jr.
Yeah.
So like that. That's the freak. That's that 6'6" and a half kid.
Yeah, they're talking about.
He's the number 1 recruit out of all of next year. The only wide receiver to do that previously was Jeremiah Smith.
Chris.
The number 1 recruit overall? No, not true.
Keep your eyes.
Dorial Green Beckham, Mizzou great. Dorial Green Beckham was the number 1 overall recruit in his class.
What year was that?
12 or 13.
Oh, I'm just talking about the last
Oh, yeah.
5 years.
But
Like,
he threw his
shit.
girlfriend down some stairs and things.
Through
That's gonna
or
happen. Yeah,
helped.
That's gonna happen. Did he help her?
He helped her too much.
Yeah,
Too
yeah.
enthusiastic.
Well, that's love.
Yeah, but Chris Henry Jr., don't be surprised, by the way, because he's 17. Don't be surprised. This happens all the time, that he grows an inch or 2
Yeah.
by the season. He's a LeBron James on the fucking football field, which we've all been wanting to see for a long time, to be honest. He's already 6'6" and a half now.
When they televise every game you have on Friday night on
Yeah.
ESPN, like the only LeBron's the last time I saw that.
Yeah, this is the most exciting.
Randy Moss set him a pair of gloves.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's
He's the most exciting college football recruit for me at least, that I can remember in a long time, just because he's so big and fast.
Same.
It's literally like putting LeBron James on a football field.
You're just throwing the ball straight up in the air like Randy Moss. Randy Moss is the only comparison I can make.
Well, you got to double team him, and you've got to bump him off the line every single time, which means you can't play back, which means you can't play zone or cover 2 on him.
And then you got Jeremiah Smith on the other side next year,
Good
along with
fucking luck,
Brandon
dude.
Inniss and all those guys. Have fun. But I digress.
I really think that Ohio State's three-peating. I don't want to jinx it or nothing. I don't actually give a shit. It doesn't matter to me. Don't you say it out loud.
I'm not going to say it.
But I think they're going to three-peat.
But it certainly looks in a positive direction here. Next up was Texas A&M at Texas. Look, I was at this game on Friday night. Benny was in town. Him and I decided to fucking go and do it. And the atmosphere was the loudest I've ever heard. Texas, out of 6 years of living here, that was the loudest I've heard that stadium. It was a blast. It was fun. However, the quarterback play was awful. Both of these quarterbacks were terrible to watch in real life. And if that receiver for Texas, Ringo, who's pretty fucking good, God, if he could just have somebody throw him the ball accurately. He made the most amazing touchdown catch. He was wide open.
Yeah.
By like 30
yards.
Wingo's
dope. Poor Texas A&M, just forever the little brother. The dream season's not ruined, but missing a berth at the SEC Championship is.
I mean, but Marcel Reed looks so bad. He had 2 interceptions. Throws were way short. Same with Arch Manning. He was 14 to 29. Look, one had 180 yards. The other one had 179, and it wasn't great. The touchdown that he threw was way the fuck offline to that guy, and he made a miraculous catch. But Texas fans are bitching that they should get in.
No.
What do you think?
No.
Oh, that dude that
3-9 Florida loss took them out to me.
That dude that was chirping on fucking Twitter. Are you ready to admit that he's good now? Like, no. He's got a hitch in his throwing motion still.
Yeah.
That hasn't been fixed. What are you talking about?
He's got to fix it in the offseason. He has all the physical tools in the world. When you see him in real life, he's fucking huge.
He also doesn't get rattled, by the way.
And he can run like a motherfucker.
Yeah, he's
dude.
fast as shit. All he's got to do is fix that throwing motion and get some accuracy, and he's going to be fucking good.
He might be able to figure it out in the offseason with his fucking heritage. Bob and I talked this, and it's just like, hey, dude, Texas fans, I think you're fine. And also you're stuck. Like, he's your guy,
but
so it doesn't really matter.
All these fucking Texas fans being like, if we had scheduled, just some shitty G5 team week 2 or week 1 instead of Ohio State, we'd be in the playoff right now. Are you Texas football or not?
It's it.
Win your fucking games.
You're
supposed to be fucking Texas.
You also lost to unranked Florida, so let's not blame Ohio State, bitch.
I know.
What are you talking
about?
about?
3-9 Florida team.
If they were 10-2 right now, and their only losses were this week to A&M, and then that first week to Ohio State, who's the clear favorite.
Yeah.
They would be in the playoff, and nobody would be saying shit.
Also,
you lost to Florida. Shut the fuck up.
By the way, skin of your teeth got by Kentucky.
Oh.
Horrible game against Kentucky.
It was 3 weeks in a row where they were in overtime.
I mean, they had multiple games that were miraculous wins that should not have been close. So I don't know. You're Texas football or you're fucking not. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, they are home this year. There is no possibility. In my opinion, there's no possibility that this team.
There's not enough room. There's other teams that have better resumes that are going to get absolutely fucked.
Yeah, Oklahoma's going to get in.
Yes.
Texas is not getting in over them.
No.
And they're like, well, we beat Oklahoma. I know, fair enough.
Yeah, but they have one less loss.
And also, Oklahoma took down some really fucking good teams too. So I don't know what to tell you.
The only team with a gripe, in my opinion, is now Miami. Miami is going to sit there and look at Notre Dame and be like, we beat that team. We both have 2 losses.
Yep.
Fuck you.
If they do have a decent gripe, maybe make the conference championship game of your shitty conference because there's a 7-5 team in there.
Oh, I can't. We'll get to that. But
maybe do that.
My God. But look, A&M is in now. They also don't have to play the SEC Championship.
Yeah, but I think they wanted to. They never qualified for it. That's a brutal and to have your rival knock you out of it, your rival who has played in it. And they've only been in the league 2 years and they've already played in it. That's about it. That's as bad as it gets.
And then Georgia looked like dog shit against Georgia Tech, man. I mean, this was an abysmal game here.
I know I just shit on Texas for having a lot of close games that they should have blown out, but 11-1 is 11-1 in the goddamn SEC.
It is.
Like they fucking.
It is. They don't look great.
Georgia just couldn't beat Alabama, man. That's it.
Well, they're going to have a rematch now, so we'll see.
Which I believe is what I predicted.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you called Georgia Alabama.
Yeah, and I think that's the best outcome, to be honest. Ole Miss.
I took LSU preseason.
Ole Miss overperformed.
Yeah.
LSU underperformed for sure.
Yes.
But all things being equal, I think this is the right outcome.
Those are the two best teams in the SEC.
They are. Ole Miss, speaking of which, rolled Mississippi State.
Farewell.
Bye-bye. It was fun. And it sucks for these kids.
Now, here's the question. A couple years ago, we watched an undefeated team get left out of the playoff because they lost their quarterback. Mm-hmm. Does this team with one loss get left out because they lost half their coaching
I'd leave them out.
No, and I'll tell you why.
I'd leave them out.
They immediately installed the second this.
Yeah. They had.
Ole Miss had this playing out very, very skillfully, in my opinion. They immediately threw in the DC and said, "Hey, no worries. Our defensive coordinator is now our fucking head coach. All good. Moving on. Nothing to see here," which is what you need to do.
Yeah.
So I think they're in. You can't leave an 11-1, 7-1 team out of.
It does help that. So Florida State's problem was Travis got hurt, and then they had to play 2 more games, and they looked bad. Ole Miss doesn't have an opportunity to go on a field and look like shit now.
And they might have a home game.
Oh, they will if they get in, which they should.
They should.
They would be hosting a game for sure,
and they could win.
I
think that they can win their first, no matter who.
No, they are going to win. God help whoever has to go play at Ole Miss after all this bullshit.
Oh boy, I mean that place can be fired up.
Yeah,
fired up. Next was Utah, Kansas. What do you do?
Utah's out. They're too far. They're too far gone.
10-2.
Yeah, they are, but it's a little too much of a hill to climb.
What if you see them though at 11 or 10 tonight or tomorrow night?
It doesn't matter because there's other teams that are lower ranked. They're going to take their spots because of conference slots.
But then there's other teams that are going to lose because a lot of people are asking, what if Georgia loses this game? They will be 10-3. Are they?
No, they'll be 11-2.
Oh, 11-2.
Alabama will be 10-3.
Yes. So would Alabama then be out?
If you punish a team for being forced to play an extra game against a top 3 team in the country, fuck yourself. I don't know what to say to that. Like, that's crazy. They're forced to play an extra game against a top 3 team. And if they lose, and by the way, it's a team they've already beaten. Mm-hmm. And if they lose, you keep them out?
I don't know what else to do.
That would be unpopular. I mean, who's going to take their place? Because
it'd be Miami or something.
Miami doesn't deserve to be there under any circumstances.
No. But you can make the same argument for Notre Dame.
Yeah.
I don't think Notre Dame deserves to be there.
No, they don't.
I think Notre Dame should get left out.
But that's a ratings thing. With dropping Miami out, you don't face any consequences for that.
None.
Because nobody gives a fuck.
Notre Dame,
but all those other teams, Texas, Utah, Texas would be good for ratings, but they fucked up too much. Vandy would be the only team that can pop in there, right? Because BYU is, we'll see. If BYU wins, them and Tech should get into the playoff.
Yeah, and then what happens?
If BYU loses, Georgia and Alabama both get in. No, there's no.
But who gets pushed out?
BYU is going to get the shaft if they lose. An 11-win team in a Power 4 conference not getting in is crazy to me.
But that is how it should work, frankly, because that conference is not as good as the other one.
Yeah, I agree. A 10-3 Alabama rolls BYU, I think, or at least wins comfortably. Probably not rolls. But I don't think Notre Dame deserves to be in. Their schedule is god-awful.
They're the only ones in there that are untouchable, in my opinion.
Same here.
Which is crazy to me. Like someone, maybe like a Vanderbilt is going to get left out.
Well, and the CFP the committee has made it clear, apparently, that they've won every game since those 2 losses.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, man, maybe they figured it out.
Yeah, they look great. But there is part of it is like an eye test or whatever. I think Vanderbilt is slightly higher on strength of record and schedule. So they have the same record, and Vanderbilt played a slightly tougher schedule according to the metrics. I think Notre Dame has got to be
Vandy
left
played
the fuck out.
Bitch of a schedule.
However, because of that high-powered offense, they get into the playoff even on an away game, and the other team has a bad offensive day, they're going to fucking win a playoff game. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? It's not the worst thing in the world is what I'm saying. They still have a fucking great offense.
Who?
Notre Dame.
Yeah.
No, Notre Dame's a really good team.
Yeah.
I don't think that's in doubt. At some point, you just have to start comparing 10-2 resumes.
Yeah.
And you're going to here. Arizona State meant nothing. Who cares there? Ohio State, Michigan. Look, they continue to roll. the fucking receivers sitting out for 3 weeks and then just magically playing, hopping up out of bed like fucking Grandpa Charlie there and Willy Wonka. Didn't fucking matter.
I know that fucking. I know they wanted to blow out Michigan.
Oh, and they were on pace too.
I know that
snow came down.
bad. I know they wanted to, but it worked out fine.
With the snow coming down, you couldn't. There's nothing you could really do.
Nobody got hurt.
It was a blowout. 27-9 it doesn't look horrific, but like Michigan couldn't do anything.
They couldn't move.
What was the
Underwood only had 88 yards passing.
They only had
161 yards total. Bo Jackson himself for Ohio State at 163.
And
they were 1 for 10 on 3rd and 4th down.
Two of their 3 field goals were in the first quarter.
Yeah, the time of
one was on a turnover.
The time of possession was 40 minutes to 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. That's one of the biggest divides I've ever seen.
This was complete and utter dominance.
In any game.
It was a blowout for all intents and purposes.
I know what it's one thing for it to be a blowout, and then another thing for it to be a blowout in the box score. You know
Right.
Like they wanted to stomp them in the fucking ground, and the Ohio State coaches wouldn't let them plant the flag.
The Michigan players, yeah.
No, it was the Ohio State coaches.
The coaches were pushing them off.
Both, and by the way, I'm okay with that.
That's the game. It's gamesmanship is a fucking two-way street.
But also you got a national championship, you got a fucking Big Ten championship. You don't need kids getting thrown out or fights or anything else. You certainly don't want because Michigan has nothing to play for. So I'm fine with all of that. When I look at this, though, the question I have for you guys: if Ohio State loses, are they still get a bye? Are they still top four?
In the championship game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so, too.
I think that would be way too big.
They'd probably drop to 4, right?
Maybe 3, maybe 4.
Okay.
I guess it would depend on the SEC championship.
Now, what about Indiana? If Indiana loses this game, do they drop out of the top 4?
How do they lose it?
Yeah, that's the question.
Right.
If they lose by 3 touchdowns.
I think they probably drop out of the top 4.
I think they go to 7 or 8.
Woo.
Yeah, that's where I would put them.
Wow.
You can't
lose. One-loss team.
You can't lose by 30 fucking points.
It depends on it depends on a lot of things actually, because if Tech loses, then and or Georgia loses, they have a much better chance of staying in the top 4.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's a lot of moving parts on that one.
But I think that
Tech has rolled everyone this year when the quarterback actually played.
But
their one loss is without their starting quarterback.
But either way, fucking Oregon's going to leapfrog Indiana, despite having lost to them by 10 as their only loss. If Indiana gets roughed up. Call that fair, call it not fair. Who knows? Oregon didn't have to play Ohio State this year.
This is going to be a wild Sunday. Saturday and Sunday coming up is all I know. Like there's a lot at stake here.
It's going to be fun.
Because Texas Tech, they're sitting at 5 right now. Does the committee take into effect that their one loss was without their starting quarterback? They've looked great in every other game.
Yeah, probably they take that into account.
They rolled 49-0.
They rolled 49-0. They beat the shit out of a good Utah team. They beat BYU, correct? I believe.
Smashed.
29-7. Same scores at Ohio State.
RDF did that game.
Yeah. They beat BYU.
Stomped them.
They've beaten soundly every good team they played this year. This Texas Tech team, you cannot sleep on them. I think they're a dark horse for the Natty.
I don't know about the national championship, but certainly to go pretty fucking far in the playoffs.
Maybe to go to it. You know what I mean?
They might get a bye.
Because after
if they win their conference, they get a bye.
Yeah. After Ohio State, every team on this list has some pretty serious issues, right?
Yes.
I mean, not that they can't win, but Indiana, we'll see. Indiana's defense is really fucking good. It's really good.
We will we will find out on Saturday night. I don't know who they've played this year.
Who, Indiana?
They beat Oregon.
Besides Oregon. But
they won at Oregon. They beat an 11-1 team on the road.
Dan and I do not like Oregon in real life.
I get that, but that's a great win. How many teams could have won that game?
They beat Illinois 63-10. Illinois has got a really good offense, so they shut their offense down.
Yeah.
Mendoza and his performance against Ohio State's defense, we'll see what happens. But the defense is going to be good. I don't think Ohio State scores 40. I think they score in the high 20s, low 30s. That's my expectation.
We'll find out.
I would guess, honestly, they probably score. Well, I don't know, but
dome.
My instinct tells me
it's in a dome.
They're
not outside.
That what they scored against Michigan is roughly the ceiling of what they'll score on Indiana. Just because Indiana, I think, is going to be able to possess the ball longer than Michigan.
They run well. They play defense
and they have a competent quarterback. Not that I don't dislike Underwood, but Mendoza's a Heisman candidate. I just think the time of possession won't be so bad that if Ohio State scores, it's going to be on big plays. Because Ohio State mostly drove. They had the one big play, but they mostly drove the ball.
They had one drive that was 14 minutes.
Yeah. Ohio State was very methodical. and that methodical offense might go both ways in this game.
What do you think the over-under in this game is? Don't look.
Oh, boy. I would say 54.
48.5.
For Ohio State
and a dome.
Indiana and a dome. Oof.
I'm telling you, Vegas thinks that defense is good, and they've seen it with their eyeballs. Vegas doesn't fuck that up usually. Sometimes things happen, right? I think. Let me pull out my little handy.
The Michigan over/under though was 45.
I think that's more on them thinking Indiana can put up a couple more
and by the way, while you look that up, I'll tell you this, Michigan fans. I think Underwood's going to be a great player.
Oh yeah.
I don't think there's any
worth
reason,
the money.
Yes, I don't think there's any reason to get rid of Sharon Moore. You guys were 9-3 this year in essentially a rebuild where you lost your coach for I think 3 games with the Connor Stallions bullshit.
Yeah, no shit.
You lost everybody this year. So
if you go 9-3 and you're rebuild in the Big Ten, then just fucking
and if you're a Michigan fan, I'd relax. Give Underwood time, give Sharon more time. This can be a good football team. He didn't have anybody to throw to either. They don't have any fucking receivers.
I mean, 9-3 is a good football team. They are a good football team.
No shit.
By the way, a 48.5.
And his first year as head coach?
Yeah.
48.5 with a 5.5 point spread is a 28. If
28-21?
If Ohio State covers, is 28-21.
Okay.
Which is right where I think it's going to be.
All in on that.
Yeah, I think the Indiana defense, watching them play this year, there are 2 things. They are really high energy and really, really clever. And I think at least for a little while, that might work to their advantage against a freshman quarterback, even one as good as Julian Sain.
Sure.
Yeah. Just giving looks that the kid's just never seen before because he's 18, not because he sucks or anything.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes, man. If Ohio State comes out and boat races them, I don't even know if I watch any of the rest of the games. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm just gonna fucking look at the box score.
Turn into the ACC Championship immediately and watch the Duke Blue Devils.
I don't mean the other playoff games. I mean the other conference championships. I'm talking about any of the games until the Natty,
National
just to see what happens, see what the score is in that one. Because Jesus Christ, man,
I know
Indiana is a top 5 defense in my opinion.
Michigan's got a really good defense too, man. It's just like
See, but the Michigan difference is that, and I watched this all year with Missouri against good teams. The damn breaks.
Yep. And you can't do anything about it.
The damn breaks when you can't stay off the field. Doesn't matter how good you are. 2.5 quarters in. The damn breaks.
You got to be able to run the ball and you got to be able to convert on third down. If you can't do that, you cannot beat a good team.
Yeah, but nobody should overreact up in Ann Arbor over this. No. Like, hey, dude, first year, I believe in both of those dudes. I think you guys are fine.
I mean, they're not going to win next year either because Ohio State's going to repeat, but the year after that.
They can make the playoff next year.
Oh, yeah, they can definitely
absolutely
make the playoff.
Next up was Oregon beat Washington by 12. Ho-hum. Congratulations, I guess. We saw this team in real life. They are not very good, and this could be a first-round upset if they catch an SEC team, any one of them.
Yeah,
I think Oregon is out in the first round.
Like the loser of Georgia, Alabama.
Yep.
Yeah,
they are out.
I mean, like 100%. I would put all my money on that.
Same here. They
probably get a home game though. I would imagine,
which would be cold.
Yeah,
and rough, like because of the noise and shit.
Yeah,
and they would be up for it.
I mean, it depends if Indiana loses.
You're right. They get a home game.
If Indiana loses, which they probably will, if Georgia loses, which I think they will, then Oregon's definitely getting a home game.
I think so too.
Yeah.
So it could be tough. Next up, LSU put up a fight against Oklahoma. Oklahoma is out in the first rounds.
Yeah.
There is no fucking offense on this goddamn team.
I don't understand it. I mean, Mateer was hurt. And he wasn't hurt, and I can't tell the difference.
The offense is bad. But it's fucking bad.
He had 318 and 2 touchdowns. I can't figure it out. It was,
it was
3-3 at half.
They get big plays.
Big plays,
3-3 at half.
They get big plays. So I can tell you, watching the Missouri game, because our defense is fucking great, they really never drove the ball consistently at all. They scored a touchdown on a short field turnover, and they scored a touchdown on a slant that broke.
And he turns the ball over a lot, man.
Yep.
He's 12 and 10. TD turnover.
Like it's
they're in the playoffs.
Yeah, no, they should be.
But they're going to lose in the first
round. But
round.
if they can't get a big play, they're not going to win.
No. I don't give a fuck what team it is. Unless it's shit. Who's going to be in that last slot? Tulane or somebody like that?
They won't get a Tulane.
Vandy,
Oregon
maybe?
Or someone would probably get a Tulane.
Okay.
Vandy, maybe?
Yeah, they're.
But then who's the at-large? I don't see an at-large on here, to be honest.
I can pretty much assure you Notre Dame is not getting a home game if they get in.
Really?
At 10-2, I don't think they do.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think they should.
I don't either.
I mean, the at-large is JMU or North Texas. Don't they play this weekend?
So North Texas plays Tulane for the AAC
Tulane,
Championship.
that's right.
Whoever wins that is in. And then if Duke wins the ACC, please, God, JMU is in.
Oh, so they're not going to take an ACC team?
They might not.
Wow.
They might not.
So that's not a berth.
No,
who are they playing? Are they playing Virginia?
North Texas plays Tulane.
North Texas plays Tulane, yeah.
Yeah.
And JMU, I don't know who they play, but they're in the Sun Belt. But if Duke beats Virginia, the ACC will have an unranked conference champion, unranked, ranked behind two other conference champions. So the Sun Belt and the AAC will get.
You can't put a 8-5 team in there.
No, and then you have to ask, does Miami deserve an at-large bid? No. So yeah, by ACC, no one's getting it.
Wow. Bama Auburn. God damn it, dude. So one half of this, and it was great. The other half, Auburn had a shot again. God, this was a team of just near misses all year long.
I mean,
they lost by one score.
It really felt
game.
like Alabama just thought they were going to win this game and quit at halftime. Like,
Yep.
no, dude, that's not. You cannot, especially at Auburn. You can't do that shit.
No.
I don't give a fuck what year it is or what talent's on that team. You can never do that with
Not at
Auburn.
that
They
stadium.
fucking hate Alabama.
What? Who's the quarterback, by the way? So
It wasn't
Ashton-
Jackson Arnold.
It was
They-
Ashton Daniels.
Ashton Daniels, yeah, he's a recruit, I guess, but
He looked pretty fucking good for
100 yards
a true
rushing. Oh, no,
freshman.
he's a senior. I never heard
Oh,
of
he's
this
a
guy.
senior.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
He was the
Did they
backup.
have to
I
bring
thought
him
they
in?
brought in a freshman.
Is
Oh,
Jackson hurt?
I don't know if he's hurt, but he sucks. So
He came
I
in
don't-
from Stanford. I wonder if he's going to come back as a fifth year or something.
Maybe.
He sucked at Stanford, too. Can run the fuck out of the ball.
He can
though.
run, though. Shit, dude.
That Auburn team just did what
I thought that dude was a freshman. I've never heard of him before.
So did I.
they just did what an undisciplined team like that does. They had a million drops, a couple bad interceptions. One was an interception off the hands, like literally, like boop.
Yeah.
It was bad. Auburn honestly should have won that football game.
BYU destroyed UCF. That'll determine whether or not they go. I think if they beat Tech, they're in, right?
If they beat Tech, they're unequivocally in.
Yeah,
The question
they
is,
won the
do they get an
conference.
at-large if they lose? Because they'll be
They're
11
two
and 2,
losses.
and they're
We'll be
Does-
against the
only two
number
losses
probably
to Tech.
4 team in the country.
Doesn't one at large have to go to a G5 or whatever?
So there are 5 conference at-large bids, and it goes to the 5 highest-ranked conference champions. De facto, that would mean a G5 gets one, but what it really means is it's the 5 highest-ranked conference champions. So if Duke wins the ACC, they're unranked. JMU will be ranked like 24th or something like that. That means it would go to JMU and whoever wins the AAC championship because both North Texas.
But
What if Virginia wins?
Then Virginia's in.
Yeah.
They're in the playoffs?
Yeah, they're ranked.
By they have to be.
That would fuck over everybody.
Well,
No,
that's-
because that's a
not-
conference slot. It's already reserved.
That's not
There's
a-
5 slots.
Well, no, but if Duke wins,
Yeah.
that opens up a slot.
Yes.
That's not
No, it doesn't.
That's not
Duke
specifically.
could still go?
No, Duke
No,
wouldn't
Duke
go.
would never
There's
go.
5 slots that are for conference champions that the at-large cannot touch. So that would not free up a slot for an at-large team.
Yeah, I don't think that North Texas or Tulane, whomever wins that, can possibly catch Virginia. In the rankings, I mean. It's just there's not enough time left.
No.
Both of them can't. Both JMU and the AAC champ cannot catch Virginia, but one of them will get a bid either way because there is 5 conference championship bids.
Miami beat the shit out of Pitt. Does that matter to you?
No.
Okay.
No, Pitt's been terrible this
They
year.
were ranked. They were ranked 22 in this game. Just saying. Vandy beat the shit out of Tennessee.
That
I
matters.
lost bad on this
That
game.
matters.
I cannot fucking believe this.
A 20-point win at Tennessee, who is a pretty good team. Their defense sucks, but they're a pretty good team. The way they won that game tells me that they should absolutely be in the playoffs.
I think so too.
A blowout at Tennessee.
Yep. That never happens. Never happens, dude. So I got Vandy in. I
They've
do.
got to be in.
I've got them in. But then if Georgia or Bama loses, that'll put them at 3 losses. And then what?
I just don't think you should be penalized for losing the conference championship game when you've won 10 games in the SEC. I think that's absurd. Same with the Big Ten, by the way. I think both participants in – obviously it's going to happen in the Big Ten, but both participants basically every year in the Big Ten and SEC championship should be in.
Should be in. USC beat UCLA. Don't fucking care.
Actually, that
top
game had a little bit of implication. So only because if UCLA, they were winning early, so I was kind of rooting for this. If UCLA had beaten USC, that makes Notre Dame's resume even worse.
Yeah.
Because USC
Yeah.
is currently their best win.
That's true. didn't even think about it because I don't have to, obviously. But yeah, you're right. Because this will move USC up no matter what.
Mm-hmm. So Notre Dame got help there.
Yeah, Virginia over Virginia Tech. They won by 20 points, so they're in to the championship and potentially the college football playoffs.
I can't imagine them getting beat by Duke.
Can't either.
But I fucking hope it happens.
Yeah.
So do I.
I mean, I don't have any dislike or hatred of Virginia. As a matter of fact, one of my favorite people of all time, Thomas Jefferson, founded the goddamn university, okay? However, this would be hilarious.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
I hope for comedy, and I hope for Duke. I hope for Duke. SMU.
Cal, who cares?
Well, that was the game that allowed Duke to get in.
It is.
So that had humongous implications for the ACC.
Still can't get used to Cal
in the fourth quarter. In that
Still can't get used to Cal being in the ACC, and also they have the same record as the team that's going to the conference championship. So
I know.
Fucking let's do this, dude.
And then Tulane beat Charlotte, but Charlotte's an FBS school here. And as we look ahead to next week, before we get to the sponsors here real quick, that North Texas Tulane game is the Friday nights.
Yeah, and by the way, that's going to be a
So you
banger
know that
because North
answer.
Texas scores 1 billion points. Like that'll be a really
over
fun
under
game.
is 66.5.
Yeah.
Good God,
Yeah.
for a fucking conference championship game.
That's a lot.
North Texas slings it, and North Texas's coach just got hired to Oklahoma State, which I think is a great hire.
Yeah. Look,
They got
to move up.
They got to do something.
Yeah.
Oklahoma State's fucking terrible.
And then they slotted these games perfectly, in my opinion, here on Saturday. So to kick us off, BYU at Texas Tech. It's going to be at Jerry World here. Texas Tech is favored by 2 touchdowns. 13.5, huh?
They beat BYU pretty bad.
They did.
And also Texas Tech, I think they should get in even if they
This will
lose.
be essentially a home game for them.
BYU can really
Jerry
run the
World.
ball. That's like they've got to run the ball. They've got to convert on third down big time on Texas and keep Texas Tech off the field for as long as they possibly can. Otherwise, they have zero. I was big on BYU early in the year, and I still think they're a good team, but Tech's a really good team. You have to neutralize them somehow. And if you don't, you're going to get fucking blown out in this game. I'm talking about like 3 scores.
And Tech, both of them obviously, but Tech, who is better, they don't want to leave anything to chance.
Hell no.
No, you blow them out and get that bye.
Yeah.
And get that bye. Because it'll be there.
Yeah, no, they win, they get a bye.
Yeah.
So,
If the buys to me, unless there's a blowout in the Big Ten championship, will be in some order: Indiana, Ohio State, SEC, or Georgia, and Texas Tech.
Yeah.
If Alabama wins,
Unless Indiana gets fucking hammered, like you said.
yeah, but if Alabama wins, I don't think Alabama's going to get a bye. So then it gets a little more interesting. Oregon might get slotted up for the bye. at
They
that
should.
point.
They probably should. Because unless Indiana gets blown out,
Yeah.
and then you're like, well, how good is Oregon? Right?
Right.
You know what I mean? So we'll see. This is a big weekend, obviously.
It's-
It is. And that Georgia-Alabama game, that's 4:30 here or 4 o'clock. I love it because that gets you into the 1 versus 2 matchup right afterwards in Indiana, Ohio State. The implications of this are right now, today. I know this is today, not tomorrow. Georgia is at 4. Alabama is at 10, at 10-2.
Yeah.
You still think that they can stay in the top 12 with a loss?
Well, they're not going to be 10 tomorrow. They'll be probably 8, something like that.
Okay.
Maybe 9. Yeah, I think they should be able to. They should get in.
It's Georgia minus 2.5 in this game. I will end up betting on the coach probably in this and go with Kirby, but I don't feel great about Georgia.
There's some about Bama that Kirby has. I mean, they beat him in a natty, but yeah, there's some about Bama that Kirby has not really conquered. It's spooky to him. So
Yeah.
and by the way, Bama can't leave any doubt.
No.
It's the same thing with Tech.
No.
Like Bama needs this game a lot more than Georgia does.
Yes. They got to win this fucking game because I still think Georgia's in if they lose.
Oh, they are. They're
So-
unquestionably they're in if they lose.
They could lose this and still be in. It's Bama that I'm worried about if they lose.
And then
I don't know if they're
Georgia,
in.
if Georgia loses, they for sure get a home game against a G5.
Yeah, which is, I
Yeah.
mean, they probably play North Texas or Tulane or something like
yeah.
that. And that's going to be, I kind of hope that doesn't happen, though. I want
27-point spread.
No, what I want to see is one of the teams with like a crazy fucking offense play one of those teams. Just so you can see like a 70-point game in a
Yeah.
playoff game.
Oh, yeah.
For the first, we haven't seen it yet.
No.
At some point in the next 10 years or something, it's going to happen where one of these teams sneaks in and they play a team that just had a rough schedule that year but has an explosive offense. I mean, if Notre Dame catches Tulane or North Texas, they're going to score 70 fucking points.
Yeah. Or another good one, honestly, because even though their offense sucks, their offense will be good against, say, North Texas. If OU plays North Texas round one, it's going to be just nothing but bombs.
Yeah.
All game.
No, I agree. And then you got Indiana, Ohio State's right after that. Duke and Virginia are on the same
Game of the
exact
night.
time for that exact reason.
That might be the only
hey,
game I
dude,
watch, actually.
Please, they're like, hey, we gotta put this game somewhere. What do we do, guys?
I mean,
the only game where they have competition that day
Yeah.
in a time slot.
They should have. They should just have strippers on the field or something.
It's in Charlotte too, which is
That's the worst. That fucking stadium is terrible.
It's fine.
What's the weather? That's outdoors.
47 degrees.
Okay.
It'll be nice.
That's not nice.
Yeah, it's nice. It was
47 at kickoff, or is that just the high of the day?
That'll
be a kickoff.
Kickoff, yeah. That's nice for the linemen and the linebackers and nobody else.
That's 47's great. I love it. All right, we got some sponsors, and we'll hop on over to the NFL here. First and foremost, mybookie.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros doubles that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Now that I know these odds of the new Heisman race, I'm going all in on saying as well as this game this weekend. So if it all comes down to that, it all comes down to that. Give me fucking saying all day, and I'll up this here. And simply because a defense, one of these two, could win the other one, the Heisman Trophy.
Oh, 100%.
Because nobody else playing on Saturday.
Oh, every eyeball in the football world.
But also, all the Heisman candidates are off. It's just these two.
Yep.
These are the only two guys that are playing. So, yeah, dude, I'm going all in on this. I've never seen it this close. Saying certainly looked the fucking part up at Michigan, which was great. And I'm going to bet on that and a ton of fucking shit this weekend. You thought I bet some money last weekend. I know I broke even, but it'll be the same goddamn thing this weekend, and it's going to be out of control. NFL, man, that is still a tough nut to crack, dude. The Rams fucked me. Won every other game except for the Rams this weekend. But it's great for you because that means the Rams' odds have dropped. Everybody's odds have dropped. If anyone can pick a Super Bowl winner this year, congratulations, man. I have no fucking idea.
I'll probably take NFC 1 seed, the Chicago Bears.
Well, we'll get to that here in a second. Boy, this has been the most difficult NFL year of all time. I know Vegas, by the way, has had a record year.
I'm sure.
Record year. Luckily, MyBookie offers you a rake back here, so if you lose some, well, they're going to give you some back. Me, for the season, by the way, the entire season, I'm at 51%. It's one of the worst years I've had. It's the NFL, obviously.
Yeah.
But this is one of the worst years I've ever had. And I think it is in the whole 8 years of this show. And it is simply the NFL, man. I mean, I'm just getting butt fucked here, left and right, dude. Even the snow in the Ohio State game, I said 4 o'clock, dude. Not even close. I was like, shit, that over would have hit in 10 seconds, man.
Yeah.
But motherfucker, dude. I got boned this week. Either way, that rake back is nice, and I'm going for broke this weekend. So fuck off, and it's going to be a blast. But if you can pick the teams, man, now's the time. The odds are the best they're going to be. Heisman Trophy, that's a blast. I can't remember it coming down to one game for two people ever.
Been a while. I'm sure it has, but it's been a long time. Yeah.
I mean, shit. Maybe I don't know. I mean, what are the chances?
I mean,
if you would have told me the quarterback for fucking Indiana, seriously, would be the favorite for the Heisman right now, I'd have told you you're fucking
I will
crazy.
say, too, the unfortunate thing for Julian saying is I think Mendoza has narrative on his side.
Which is?
Indiana. Out of nowhere, a plucky guy who transferred in. And also, it's just like, it's Indiana. You never see that, right? You never see that.
No. I, by the way, love to see these guys on a turf against Smith and Tate, since they're both magically healthy. Should be a really fun game to watch. Can't wait. Bet on it. Enjoy it. Bet with us or against us on mybookie.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros doubles that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. If you're going to these games, great prices now.
The last time a Heisman race went down to the final game where both candidates played against each other was 1961.
Holy shit.
It was Ernie Davis and Bob Ferguson, Syracuse versus Ohio State.
Really?
So Ernie Davis won. He was the first black Heisman winner, wasn't he? Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
For who did he play for?
Syracuse.
Stole it from Ohio State.
Didn't know it.
Fucking loser.
Yeah, look at that, dude. Was the guy from Ohio State white?
I would assume so.
You gotta imagine.
Not a whole lot of black folk playing football back in.
No, but if you're next up is drinkinbrostickets.com. If you're going to these games, obviously the Ohio State Indiana game is the highest priced one of the day. Everything else is relative. Texas Tech is traveling, man. Shit. Tickets are $181.
I mean, there's a million.
And Jerry World holds 90,000.
Yeah, there's a million Tech fans in Dallas too. So like,
God damn.
Yeah, they're all come out for that.
It's far as shit, bro. It's a good 4-hour drive.
They don't stay in Lubbock.
No.
They moved to Dallas and Houston.
Very true.
Yeah,
I see them everywhere.
They
They're all over this weekend. But yeah, you can get great prices. Like, let's say you want to go to North Texas at Tulane on Friday night, $40. Take the family, enjoy yourself. It's in New Orleans, 57. Oh. Beautiful. 57, beautiful in New Orleans.
Well, I assume it's in the Superdome.
No, Yeoman Stadium.
Oh, are they playing at Tulane?
Apparently.
I didn't know that was what it was called.
I didn't either. Doesn't sound...
to be honest, I don't want to know that information.
Doesn't sound that great. We got concert tickets, comedy, you name it. Everything is on drinkinbrostickets.com. That's about $10 cheaper than StubHub. Last but not least, hardafseltzer.com. Look, buy it up, kids. Shit. I was going to say, Tennessee is opening back up in March, by the way. Some of these smaller distributors will be getting out of and then reappearing and all that other shit. But stores are stocked up for Christmas, man. And buy the shit out of it. Go get a 12-pack or a tall boy today at hardafseltzer.com. Click on the store locator, enter your city or zip, and it'll take you to the closest location nearest you. I will know tomorrow if new states are opening up. I have that call tomorrow morning, and one of them would be a fucking blast, dude. Might have even named it one of these college football playoff teams. So we'll see. We'll see. That call's tomorrow morning. But in the meantime, buy it out, dude. Keep fucking rocking it, and we're fully stocked and ready to rock for the new year. New flavor, black cherry, will be out in March, I believe. So that is approved and going through the process as we speak. All right, let's get to the NFL. We'll start with tonight's game here, obviously, because we're all gambling on it. So this is Giants at Patriots. Who you got?
What's the line?
7.5. I'm sorry about that. Patriots 7.5.
Yeah. Boy. Buy a half point. Go Patriots. Fuck it.
Okay.
Same.
Over under is 46.5 in this one.
I think Jackson Dart's playing.
Is he?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, but I believe I read that Jackson Dart was playing tonight.
Damn, save his life, dude.
Yeah. This just feels like, by the way, the Patriots just kind of in an opportunity here in terms of like sealing up the AFC. The Broncos somehow keep winning, but
God, dude, it's nuts, isn't it?
It's insane. But I mean, the Colts are falling off.
Yeah. Colts are coming back down to earth a little bit. Patriots can seal it up. I'm going to go with the classic MyBookie teaser here. Give me New England -0.5. Take that over under down to 39.5. I think they score some points tonight.
Cheer for points.
Well, is Jackson Dart playing? Is he playing?
I believe he is. That's what I read, but I could be wrong about that.
And then we'll get to last week's NFL here. Packers, Lions. Oh, my. So pick this one, won all the money, and that was great. It seems if you're teasing these up to the highest scores possible, you're going to win. The Lions, I cannot figure this team out for the life of me. They're now 7-5. Mm-hmm. Which is not great. Yeah. I had them going to the fucking championship, for Christ's sakes. You got Goff. You got Laporta. You got fucking Jamison Williams. Mm-hmm. You got Amon St. Brown. You got Jahmyr Gibbs. You got fucking Montgomery. How much do you need there? I don't understand what's going on.
What you need, apparently, is Ben Johnson. That's who you need. They're not coping well with losing both of their coordinators, the defense as well, but Ben Johnson is apparently a much bigger piece of that Detroit Lions puzzle than we thought.
I guess so, dude. I mean, they can't. Yes. I mean, shit. They go in these weird stretches here. Watching this, I watched the entire thing. They go through these weird stretches where they just can't even move the ball.
Yeah,
like at all. Yeah. And then the next week, they'll be like, all right, cool, here's 50. I don't know what to think of this team, man.
I think Jared Goff is a good quarterback, but I think he's a bit, I don't know if system's the right word, but like, look, he did his best work under two basically offensive geniuses, which is Sean McVay and Ben Johnson.
Yep.
So when you lose that, if he loses his sort of safety blanket, things regress a lot, and that's clearly kind of what's going on.
Well,
feels like.
We'll go to this next game here. Chiefs Cowboys. Benny is our partner in the ticketing company. I was with him at the Texas A&M game on Friday nights, and he said, are you ready to drink the Cowboys Kool-Aid? I said, I'll take a sip, and here's why. You just beat the Chiefs and the Eagles in back-to-back weeks. Dak Prescott with two of the best wide receivers. I don't give a fuck that CeeDee Lamb drops half his passes. He still catches the other half, and he's still going over 100 yards every goddamn game and a touchdown. And Pickens, I mean, fuck. Is it possible that they go to the playoffs, the Cowboys? They're 6-5 now.
Yeah, totally
and
possible.
Won.
Yeah, I hope they do. They're fun.
NFC's weak as shit.
No shit.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, and then the Chiefs are 6-6. It looks awful again.
They need to win out, literally, to get in.
Can they?
Yeah, totally. But
I don't know if they can.
But who knows?
I really don't, man. They scored 14 in the first. Great. Mm-hmm. 14 in the fourth, and then nothing the second or third. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on
They
here?
had these long stretches where you're just like, what is this team? What
So
the fuck?
I teed this up as well and bet all the things and everything else. And then I lost it on the Bengals-Ravens. I did not know, and forgive me, I'll put my hand up on this one. I did not know that Joe Burrow was going to start this weekend. Why would you start Joe Burrow on a 4-8 football team?
Because he wanted to.
Yeah.
He wanted to play. He's like,
he's the man.
Yeah, he's a fucking
If he says he wants to play, they can't tell him no.
Shut the fuck up. Is that real?
Yeah,
Fuck
he's like, I'm a football player. If I'm healthy, I'm going to play.
I wouldn't say no to him.
He looked great. Well, look, I mean, for just coming back.
Yeah.
And they beat the shit out of Baltimore.
Yeah.
There's something about missing time when you're an athlete. Look at Deshaun Watson, for example, where if you don't come back even meaningless and get some reps in, it takes you another full fucking season to come back. I think that's a real thing.
Maybe.
And maybe he just wants to play, but I don't think it's a bad idea either.
I think there was one moment that I was watching one of these games because I bet on a Thursday night game. It was Pittsburgh at Cincinnati and watching a sold-out stadium chant for Flacco.
Yeah.
That was the game that was like 42-40 or whatever the fuck it was, something retarded. There was a look in Burrow's eyes on the sidelines where he was just like, oh, shit, dude, I got to come back.
He's the dude. And also, like, you don't get those games back.
If they win out, can they get in at 9-8?
I don't think so.
Really?
I think it's too high of a ceiling. I think 10-7 is probably the minimum.
I don't know.
AFC South has 3 playoff contenders. Chiefs are still a playoff contender.
Baltimore is in the lead at 6-6.
Yeah,
They're only 2 games back.
I guess that's true. They could win. Could they win their division at 9-8?
Is that what he was thinking? I'm trying to just go through the motions.
They could totally win their division.
What was he thinking?
They could totally win their division. At 9-8.
Maybe that makes sense.
But I also don't know what their tiebreakers are. How they've like.
Well, I'm glad you brought it up. So they got Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh Steelers. They won
and they beat the Ravens.
Beat the Ravens.
So they're
1-1 against the Steelers. They could be 2-0 against the Ravens. That would push the tiebreaker their way right there.
Okay.
And then Aaron Rodgers looks really fucking old.
I would say
like he's going to die.
The only way they get in is winning the division. They can't. They're not going to get a wild card at 9-8.
Well, they got the Bills next week, then the Ravens again. Dolphins fucking suck. Cardinals fucking suck. Browns fucking suck. There's a shot.
Oh yeah, totally.
There's a shot, man. That's crazy. And now we can talk about the team that I don't want to talk about. Chicago Bears. Look, they beat the piss out of the Eagles on Friday.
Yeah.
I hand up on this one too. I was watching Ole Miss. I didn't even pop this on.
Yeah.
I thought this was going to be an Eagles blowout, so I didn't even bother. I didn't even fucking bother. The Bears are now 9-3, and they beat the Eagles at home. This is fucking insane to me.
They're for real. It's not. I'm not saying they're the best team in the NFC. They're not. But
Ben Johnson took his shirt off and
they're
flexed
playing well
in the locker room.
Yeah.
They're playing well. That's all that matters.
Doesn't
matter who's what the fuck. Who cares about the title?
Yeah.
They're winning games.
Help me figure it out, okay? Caleb Williams, 17 of 36.
Boy.
154 yards, a touchdown, and
That's
interception.
Fucking bleak.
Now, you had 2 guys who were rushing the ball, which is nuts to me against the Eagles, who went over 130 yards. One guy, Kyle Monangai?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
DeAndre Swift's fine. But the rest of this team, man, like...
I want to say I read a stat this weekend. I'm going to get the number wrong. But they had something around their running backs had 180 rushing yards before contact.
281 yards rushing they had.
Yeah.
In an NFL football game.
And they had, it was like 180 to like 200 of those yards were before contact. So the blocking's insane. The schemes are insane. You could talk about Caleb Williams all you want. It's fair. 17 to 36 or whatever is horrible. It's Ben Johnson. It's Ben motherfucking Johnson.
God, dude. I mean, a QBR of 49, and they won this game handily. Jalen Hurts, dude. His QBR was 19. My God, dude. I look, I don't know. Saquon Barkley doesn't look the same. 13 carries, 56 yards. He can't get it going. The receivers are still there. I mean, shit, A.J. Brown had 132 yards, but this is starting to feel like that Eagles season when they gave up again.
Yeah. The thing about this Bears team, too, though, is that even though the passing game is not amazing, it's still always a threat because Caleb Williams can throw the deep ball, and they have 3 great receivers.
Yeah.
Which even if it's not a super competent passing game, the threat is always there, and it just opens up the running game so much.
You know what's funny with Ben Johnson and a real quarterback? They'd be the best team in the NFC.
Probably.
That's not even something to scoff or laugh at. That's a fact. That's an absolute fact.
But if you're looking at this, the team that would get the bye as of this week in the NFC in the playoffs would be the Chicago Bears. And home field throughout the playoffs.
Yeah. No, that shows you how weak the NFC is, for sure.
This is fucking insanity to me. Insanity to me. The other thing we got to talk about is Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
Carolina Panthers are now in the mix to go to the playoffs and win their division.
I think they're going to win that division.
I think they might.
And Bryce Underwood is looking pretty good.
Bryce Young.
Bryce Young, sorry. Right. Bryce Young is looking pretty good.
I can't believe it. I told the listeners we talk about the Bears and the fucking Panthers today. I don't know, only because they lose every other game, and sometimes they look great, sometimes they don't, but they beat the fucking Rams.
Yeah.
Beat the fucking Rams.
Now, I would say in LA, but I heard a ton of cheering for the Panthers when they got that final first down to close out the game.
Panthers have a fan base.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
They just haven't had a good team.
Yeah.
Years and years and years. I mean, when they were good with like Delhomme and those fucking dudes.
Well, they made a Super Bowl.
Jake Delhomme. Oh, and Cam, yeah. They show up. And they're showing up now. So congratulations. They brought them back, and then they're here. But, man, for the Rams to lose to the Panthers, that is not great, dude.
It's the NFL. It happens.
It has never happened in the history that it's been this lopsided of a year for the casinos.
Yeah.
In the NFL. I mean, every week is a mystery.
Well, first off,
Falcons, Jets.
Yeah. I mean, first off, though, betting on the NFL is the most precarious thing to bet on in general because it's the sport that Vegas is by far the most locked in on. Mm-hmm. Like, they're way more locked in on the NFL than even college football, let alone like if you start going down and betting AAC games or some shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? They are fully locked in. They only have like 12 to 15 games a week to worry about most weeks. Like, they have every fucking data point you could possibly imagine. That is the hardest game to play against the house, is betting the NFL.
Right now.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. It's the most popular sport.
I'll tell you, in 8 years of doing this show, it didn't get really difficult until last year. Now it's even more difficult, and
they have more on the line than ever.
Yeah, they
all
do.
The legalized gambling.
Exactly. But the Bears, man, is this really like your team out of the NFC?
Hey, man.
No. I'm asking you guys personally.
I still lean Rams, but I think the Bears are absolutely positively a threat to win a playoff game or two. Who else in the NFC scares you enough to be like, yeah, they'll crush the Bears?
No one.
Right.
No one in the NFC.
Yeah.
No one. Wow. I can't believe we're here. I mean, we're week 12 now. Mm-hmm. Like, you have to talk about this fucking team, and I don't know what to talk about when you have a quarterback that awful and you're still winning games.
Talk about Ben Johnson.
Yes.
About Ben Johnson?
Apparently we are, because, by the way, if you look at just the headline on ESPN, it doesn't say that the Bears won or everything. Yeah. It just says Ben Johnson flexes shirtless in locker room after Bears' 5th straight win.
Yeah. This guy's an absolute superstar.
Yeah, he earned it.
Yep.
Yeah.
He did. Next up is 49ers Browns. Got this one. This was easy. The only weird thing in this is, like, why is Purdy playing again?
Well, he had a great game.
He had an okay game. He was 16 for 29. I mean, it's nothing to fucking write home about.
A couple touchdowns.
One.
Okay. Either way, it does. I guess Kyle Shanahan just doesn't care.
I guess not.
Yeah.
Like, is this just a game for him in his own mind now? Like,
yeah, he's just.
All right, give me whoever.
Yeah.
Flip a coin.
I 100% think Mac Jones should be starting, but it is what it is.
Jaguars. Another team we have to talk about. They're now 8-4.
They're now in first place.
Sure are.
They have passed the Colts.
Yes.
The early season darlings.
Have passed the Colts.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence.
Look, the Jags don't want for hypothetical talent. You know what I mean? Like, they have a ton of hypothetical talent on that team.
I can't believe it, man. Well, I mean, they were playing the Titans, so who gives a shit? But,
Also that.
yeah. Next up was Texans beating the Colts. Had this, but jacked up the points on it. And look, I won every game in the NFL except for the Rams. Problem was the Rams were in all my goddamn teasers and parlays and all that other shit. I thought that was a lock at -3. Apparently it wasn't.
The Texans, I think, are really dangerous in the AFC.
I do too. Look, I thought the Texans had a dark horse shot during the pre-prediction show in the NFL to win the AFC because of the talent they have.
Their defense is out of its mind right now.
If CJ Stroud, which he's back now, if he can continue this path upwards that he's on, because he had a okay game in this one, like good enough. Nico Collins is finally healthy. All these guys are healthy.
Yeah.
They got a hell of a defense. Yeah, they got a shot. They do.
Yeah, I think that's a scary, especially because, again, like I said, like all the leaders in the AFC right now, I don't necessarily trust in January. Not that I would necessarily trust the Texans either, but like it just makes like them more vulnerable. Like the Patriots, who are great, but I still don't trust them. The Colts aren't even in first place anymore. The Broncos can barely win their games. Like the Texans can easily jump up and bite any of those teams. Yep. Any of them.
Next up is Saints. They lost to the Dolphins. It's not worth talking about.
I gotta push back on that.
Which one?
The Broncos part. They win the games the way a team built that way wins games.
That's fair.
I don't know, man.
That's fair.
Their margin of victory is going to be slim.
It's one.
But they're better. Their defense is better than anybody's offense in the NFL. There's no question about that.
It's good.
How far? No. How far it scales, we'll see. Right? You still have to bail your defense out. People will make mistakes at some point. Somebody on offense is going to have a great day, right? You can't turn the ball over on offense, and you got to fucking convert on third down again, right? It's always that story. But the Broncos are winning games the way that a team that is defense first wins games. The average margin of victory in the NFL is 4.4.
It is
right now. And for the Broncos, it's like 2.2. You know what I mean? But that's the way they fucking drew the plans.
It just leaves more things to chance.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at – let me read off the scores here since even week one against the Titans. 2012, one-score game, right?
Yeah.
8 points, one-score game. Lost 29-28. Lost 23-20. Bengals – that was without Burrow. That was in with blowout there before they figured it out. That was the all-Flacco week, 28-3. And then Eagles, 21-17. Jets, 13-11. Giants, 33-32.
Which they scored 33 points in the fourth, I think. In that game.
They did.
Yeah.
All the points came in the fourth quarter. Cowboys, 44-24. That was an excellent win. They're back. Texans, they win by 3. Raiders, they win by 3, 10-7, 18-15. 22-19, 27-26.
Here's the problem.
You're looking at 5 points.
Here's the problem.
In the last 4 games.
The reason, go back to what I said a moment ago. You can't turn the ball over in that offense, right? So it's very low risk, and that's the formula. We'll see. We'll see if it works.
Would you bet this team? I would not.
For the title?
Yeah.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, because, they do have offensive talent. They had it last year. It was better last year than it is this year. And we've seen teams turn that around midseason. Now it's getting late season now. But we've seen teams put it together a little bit and start clicking and shit like that. If that happens, then 100%. Yeah.
The one thing that makes the Texans scary to me is they're just a big, like, havoc team.
Yeah.
So if you play a team like Denver that can't afford mistakes – if Texas is always in the Texans are always in your backfield, there's just a higher risk for that mistake.
Strip sack or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Whereas, like, I would be much more comfortable with the Broncos playing like the Patriots than I would be with the Texans.
Yeah. Or even, to be honest, even the Chiefs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think the Texans, the way they play defense, is a problem for the whole league, frankly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they fucking clowned Josh Allen 2 or 3 weeks ago.
I know.
Like, it was bad.
Josh Allen didn't look great again in the Steelers game up next, 26-7 here. 123 yards and a touchdown there. I know they won 26-7. This is more, in my opinion, just Rodgers looking old.
Yeah, the Steelers
dead.
Kind of stink. Weird question, but is Josh Allen going to have an unbreakable NFL record? Because he just broke the record this week for most rushing touchdowns by a quarterback ever. And he's how old?
28.
28. You know,
he has 70-something. He's going to put up at least 50 more.
Yeah.
So he's going to be past the record probably by like 50.
There'll be some kid, though, I feel, like, who can come in and run. And
like Arch Manning.
No, not him, but somebody. Somebody who can run.
But, I mean, he's like Babe Ruthing that rushing touchdown.
Oh, totally.
Like it's
yeah. They're running back down to the.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. That's the dude. So maybe, but there's a lot of running quarterbacks now, so who knows. Next up was Raiders, Chargers. I would say who gives a fuck, but Chargers are now 8-4. You have to.
They're in it.
They're in it. And then the Broncos game was the last one there. Seahawks destroyed the Vikings 26-0. Skull. All right. Sue fucking Connor Stallions for everything that he's worth.
Everybody has been really giving it to J.J. McCarthy.
It's the worst quarterback I've ever seen.
It's like spiking the ball and shit.
What
the hell are you doing out there, guy?
I
thought he was going to be good.
Brosmer this year. It appears as if they moved on. So they want to try out this guy. This guy threw 4 interceptions.
Yeah. It's not great.
No, and they've got a good team. That's the fucked up thing. They just need a quarterback, and they don't have one.
What do you think McCarthy was saying in that quarterback room this morning?
That meme, though,
I don't look so bad now, do I?
No.
Fuckface.
That meme, by the way, that is your go-to.
Yeah,
that McCarthy meme. I love it so much. But Skull. It's strange because you got Justin Jefferson there, Addison, Hawkinson, all these fucking guys, dude, and no quarterback. So yeah, I got to figure it out in the offseason. Is there a quarterback coming in this draft that you give a shit about?
Not that I care about. I mean, Mendoza will be there.
Gross. No, I'm all good on that.
Mendoza, Dante Moore.
And then breaking news here before we get out of here. Michigan State did hire Fitzgerald, 5-year deal.
Good for them.
Great hire there.
They punted on that guy real quick, Smith. That was his second year.
Yeah. And he did what he could with that team. That's sucks. But
the program was kind of left in shambles when he grabbed it. So
it was. And then they still lost, 10 games?
Yeah, by the way, another school that is a borderline blue blood.
Oh, yeah.
It can happen to Michigan State has a rich football history.
Fuck yeah.
It can happen to anyone.
They were never not good when I was there. And I was just like, they were great
They've made college football playoffs. They were
a
consistent BCS team. I think they have national championships from back in the day. Like, it's an absolutely...
Their NIL wants to fucking party. Like, they can turn this around with Fitzgerald.
That is a
Keep an eye on them.
Prouder than Florida. Like, it is a better program historically than Florida. And
have they won as many national championships as Florida?
Florida has 3, so I don't know, probably around the same amount. But Michigan State is, I mean, they always won Big Ten championships fairly regularly. Like, if it can happen to Michigan State and Florida and schools like that, it can happen to fucking anyone.
Michigan State is a great college. So, yeah. It totally can. But looking forward to it. Bet with us or against us on mybookie.com. Don't forget to use that promo code Drinkin Bros to double that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. And then join us. We'll be live for Fake News on Drinkin Bros Podcast Patreon in 5 minutes. Don't forget to rate this show on Spotify a 5-star. Then head on over to iTunes, rate this show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. Yes, that is all the advertisers care about, and it fucking matters here. For D'Anthony Hollaway, Hot Bob, I'm Ross Patterson. This is the Monday Morning Recap. Good morning, everyone.